Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hamad Al Ghanem. I'm going to be talking today about a neat tool that I was forced to use at work and ended up loving. The tool is called Data IQ. صوتي وايد خفيف, sorry. Okay, so the tool is called Data IQ. It's made for rapid prototyping for AI, and it eases up a lot of difficulties if anyone wanted to learn about AI, install TensorFlow, but then you have to change the dimensions of the input whenever you add a column. Forget all of that. This tool can connect to any data source you want. You can write any connector for any file type or any API call. It can output the models as code, and it can run it through custom Docker containers, or even you can run. Okay. Okay. Or you can run Data IQ on multiple servers at your organization and let them work together to produce output faster. You could also use their cloud to do the training on their cloud, and you pay them. Obviously, we're not going to do that. I'm not a machine learning expert, not even a data scientist, but I was asked to prototype something for work. Obviously, I can't show you that, so I made my own project. This project has anyone watched Formula One? Show of hands. Yeah, fast cars go around. Easy. I wanted to predict who's going to win. Obviously, the prediction is not going to be accurate because there are a lot of changes from season to season, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I just want to show that it works. So I took a public data set, imported it through CSV files, and then it gave me these tables. Data IQ is easy to use to the point where you can just click on any data type and you can have visual recipes. You can change how the data looks like. It does it in the background, and then you can output it to another data set where you can like export it to any type of data you want. So I don't care about that. I just want to show you how to do quick and easy machine learning. And I know for sure Schlumberger is using this now to quickly prototype machine learning algorithms and then I'll export them as Python code and then putting them in their proprietary software. So at first I joined tables, easy, we've done it, and continued joining tables to the point where I got a data set with all the data I need. What's this data set? The data set is just who won, where, and when. So driver 13, his name is Felipe Massa. He won in Bahrain 2008. His position is, I think, 1 or something. So we have the data. How do we machine learn? I'm putting quotes because this is, again, extremely, it's not too accurate if you don't know how to do machine learning. I don't know how to do machine learning. You just click on the data set you want to learn. You click on lab. You can use any of these, clustering, deep learning, time series. I just went with prediction, and I said I wanted to predict the position. And you can select high performance models, blah, blah, blah. I just click the AutoML because I'm not an expert. And I taught 2 data sets. So one is to predict the full name of the driver. If I give him position, day, and which circuit, they should tell me which driver won or got that position. The other one was I'm going to give him a driver and day, and it should predict which position they got at the end. The fun thing about Data IQ, or the really good thing about Data IQ, is that it has built-in version control. You can see everything you worked on. You could deploy any machine learning model you worked on, and you can always go back. So I'm going to show you my failures because everyone fails. It's fine. This is one of the failures I have encountered. I wanted to predict the position, and then from the first time I was starting to learn, Data IQ said, hey, there are some issues. Position order is highly correlated with the position you want to output, and they're the same number. So data IQ is like, hey, we might need to look at that. There's a data leak. And then I went again, and again, higher points means higher position. So if I know the points, I know the position. So there's a data leak. And I kept iterating back and forth until I got this model, which uses the starting position, which is very normal to know who won, because if you started first, there's a higher probability of you winning first. And I have a model. I competed 6 models against each other, and it picked a winner. I mean, it's not perfect. It still has some issues, but like, if you asked me to do this by hand, it would have taken me weeks. I did that yesterday in an hour. So after I trained the model and deploy it, I created a small script to basically give him the data I want, and I want him to output the user who won or whatever. And we did the learning or the prediction. So I asked him if there's a driver who started at grid 3, ended up at the first position in 2023, the first round of the circuit. That's the date. It started at 4 p.m. and it was in Bahrain. Who's gonna win? It said Lewis Hamilton. If anyone knows F1, Lewis Hamilton like has most wins in history. So it predicted with high probability he might win. So I did not like that. So I had another model that I give it the name and it gives me the position. And I said, hey, there's a guy who started second in the same race, Max Verstappen, also Bahrain at 4 p.m. Where did he finish? And it was like second. So I didn't want anyone else to win. This took me an hour yesterday. When I looked at how you can modify the algorithms, it blew my mind away. Because if you had to do this by hand, you would code so much. You could look at features handling, you could turn off features, turn on features, you could do feature generation, you could do feature rejection, hyperparameters. Let's say you want to use a new algorithm. Yes, 3 minutes, okay. You want to use a new algorithm, let's say a random forest, blah, 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 blah. It has 20 parameters. You could allow data IQ to quickly go through these parameters, see which is the best fit for the data set you have, and then you have kind of a model that works. And then you export it, use your real data, fine tune it, and then you have an actual model to work with. Done. It's free, by the way, unless you want to use the cloud. انت رفعت ايدك اول. Yes. Done.
Okay. It's free, but the learning on it.
Yes.
And you need to install the application or somewhere else.
You need to install it. As you can see here at the background, it's running on my machine. But you can install it on multiple machines, add them together into the network, and then when you click learn, all of them like learn together, and you can develop your own high like expert model. You write the code and it would take it. You can have dashboards, statistics, Docker containers. I can go on and on. I didn't want to use this. Honestly, I was going to code my own thing when they asked me, but then I watched a few videos and they forced us to join a session, and I ended up loving it. Yes.
At which point is machine learning something that predicts versus something that learns from the past? What you presented is aggregating data from the past, which shows, for example, Lewis always coming first, Matt coming second. But it seemed like something that filters past data and then shows you the results versus predicting something that
I wouldn't agree. I used maybe a very bad use case with the like past tense, but like for work, we have I'm gonna like abstract a lot of this. We have multiple wells, and then we have limited data on some of them and high data on the rest. We need to use the high data to predict what the data looks like in the wells with low data, and we made it work.
But the parameters of the second well could be different from the first one, right?
Yes, but they're all within the same area, so they have correlation. Yes, like you wouldn't use something in Australia to Kuwait. Yes.
Just on the same note, I have a super question. And so does this spit out a model that predicts, or does it spit out the machine learning algorithm?
Again, You're asking the wrong person. I am not a machine learning expert, but I found that neat for anyone who's very knowledgeable in machine learning. They can see the use case in this. You can prototype really fast without coding anything. So I tried coding a machine learning model before. I added one more parameter and I had to change so many references in the code to the point where it got boring. And this does it for you. Yes.
IQ with AIKU.
Yes, AIKU. Here are the features for data IQ. There's so much that they go on 3 pages, and I'm sure these are marketable features. There are more developer-friendly features.
They're saying you did that just any weights, anything.
No, it did that for me.
Just put the.
I'm telling you, 1 hour yesterday, I did 2 models, and you can see my iterations on the left. And it took 26 minutes to learn for this model. And the other one, it took, yeah, a minute something. Yes. I said it's not a good model. I wouldn't, a data scientist would, because it tells you if there's something wrong. So right here, it's telling me there are serious issues with this data set or with what I'm trying to do. But I'm not expert in that field to know what that means. But if you have someone who worked with this before, they can produce a good quality model. That's not, let's say, produce a random number and it always gives you 4. That's not a good model.
When I deploy it.
You can deploy it anywhere you want.
Not linked to any special cloud.
No. I deployed it on my local machine. You could use their own cloud or you can install it to any cloud. It's very flexible. This time's up. Okay.
You have more questions, you can drop Ahmed on the side. Yeah, during the break. Thank you very